Okay, everybody, we are in the midst of testing young folks. Not today. We gave we gave all the families off, but we are recruiting continuously. And last time we were with you last Saturday, we were testing 38, I think, young people, Mr. Smith, which was pretty good.
Yes, it is.
And I don't know the results of that yet, but as diagnostic test to see where kids are when they come to us so that we can place them in the appropriate grade. We never will place a child in a grade in which they will not succeed. So we always do that. Earlier this morning we had a whole busload of kids. Paul Herring, were any of yours on that bus?
All of them, plus the extended family. I mean, all of them.
I see why you're so happy right now. They're on the way to Muskegon, Michigan, to participate in the wonderful water park of Michigan Adventures.
And they wouldn't let me go. They said something about my legs and shorts.
Let me see. Yes, I can see their point. Okay. All right, audience, we're having a little fun. Paul Herring's with us all the time, one of our great parents. And two of his young men are on the way to Michigan Adventures. Our staff, of course, accompanies. And if you have an interest in our school, let me pop the number to you right now. Write it down, embed it deeply in your brain cells. 600-5000, 600-5000. Have you ever called that number, Miss Stafford?
Only a couple of times.
Only a couple hundred times, she said. No, she's been with us for a long time. And that will become evident as we introduce her son, Josh. Josh, say hi to everybody in Radio Land.
Hello.
He's waving. He's waving. Hi, Radio Land. How you doing? And your dad today can't be with us because he's, I think, up north doing
Yes, he is.
some work up there. But I heard he's got some kind of system where he can actually hear us. Is that what's going on?
He downloaded an app on his iPhone, so he can
Okay, I have
listen.
no idea what she just said. He downloaded something into something. He's going to be able to hear us because of something. That's all I know. Josh, tell us, you're graduating, I hear, and you've been with us for a great long time. Tell us about a little bit about your history at our academy.
I've been here for 13 years, so that's a lot to remember. I'm sorry, that is a lot to remember.
You came in as a kindergarten child then, if
Yep,
I'm not
one of the
mistaken.
very first to enroll into the school.
Okay, yeah, that was before my time, actually, because
Yep.
I came a few years after. But I do remember you wandering around the hall looking for your classroom.
Yep.
Well, not exactly. You always knew where that was. But over the years, what do you think of us? And of course, audience, this is unrehearsed. I might be asking for trouble here. But we're just always honest and very transparent with our audience. Josh, tell us about your years and whether or not you feel we aided you academically. Tell us as well, eventually, your college plans and then your career plans, if you wouldn't mind. Kind of blend that all together, Josh.
I'll try the best I could.
Oh, you'll do fine.
All right.
He's pondering.
I am pondering.
Okay, we're going to have to move along, though, with your
I know,
ponder.
I know.
Okay.
All right. Well, honestly, like I've never seen how any other school has worked and everything
That's
and
a good
stuff,
point,
and
yeah.
so kind of been ignorant on that. But when I visited other schools, I was actually quite surprised on how great ours was.
I like to hear this.
It really was. Like
Compare. Yeah, go ahead.
compare, like
Yeah.
for example, yeah, we're kind of small and everything, but we have great teachers. We have good books. We actually like a good building that's not falling apart. Like some are.
Thanks to our board member. He's just grinning ear to ear, folks,
Yeah.
right now, because he's sunk a lot of money into our facility.
Being there for 13 years, I've seen every single change. I've seen all the new faces and
Yep.
everything. I still see some of the people when I first enrolled there, like some of the staff members
Yep.
and
Yep.
stuff. But just going through there and stuff, I've noticed how much more educated I am just going to IAF. Like if I went to, say, one of the other Flint schools, I probably wouldn't be as smart. And honestly, I'm kind of grateful for going to IAF.
Well, I got to give the parents a plus here, too. That's all good. What I think we've done our very best. I do mean that with great sincerity. And you've, I think, done as good as you probably can. Everybody can always work a teensy-weens harder, but I think you've done well. But without parents, wherever you are, just listen up, wherever your kids go, without the support of parents and grandparents and that support mechanism, whatever it is, the efforts of the school, the efforts of the student will go for naught because you need to help support your child wherever he or she may go. And that's hats off to the Stafford family. Miss Stafford, I commend you because you were always there. Yeah, we can do that. We can do that, as well as to Big Mike. So
Thank you very
we're
much.
we're very pleased to have you as a parent over these years. Disappointed now because our relationship in terms of parents and student will kind of evaporate. But I know that you'll always be there for us, and we do
Absolutely.
deeply appreciate that. Michael, that was Josh. That was very good. Michael's your brother, of course, so
Yes.
that's why I said the word Michael. Okay, you're graduating, and what's in store after that magic day on June the 9th at 2 p.m.?
Gonna walk out the door.
Yeah, we had that
Where are
figured.
you
Might
going
not
to
come
school?
back for a couple of weeks and maybe visit some people afterwards, but gonna go enjoy my summer right before I go and have to go with a lot of years of college.
Okay, and you will begin where, sir?
I will be attending Mott Community College for my general studies for over a year.
Mm-hmm.
Right after that, I plan to go into U of M Flint
Yep.
to go and major in pre-med. That will be about 4 to 5 years.
Okay.
If I luck out through that, if I can survive through all that, I plan to go and attend the medical school program that is inside of U of M Ann
Okay.
Arbor.
Okay.
And after all that, I have to go through my career choice.
Sure.
So I have to go and do my residency, my internship as well. I also plan to specialize, and everything will take about 12 years total.
Mother, can you handle this? Let me repeat after me. Dr. Stafford?
Dr. Josh.
Dr. Josh. Okay, Dr. Josh. That's even better. That's outstanding. Folks, we are so happy to hear this. Now, he's starting at Mott primarily because of, financial concerns and reasons. We know they're a little more economical. But then transferring to U of M at Flint and then to Ann Arbor to maintain his pre-med program and eventually internship and residency and all those things entwined with becoming a doctor. And a doctor, do you know yet what specialty maybe?
I've known since I was in 9th grade on what I exactly wanted to become. Kind of a mouthful, though. I want to be a physician in internal medicine specializing in infectious diseases.
Okay, yeah, we can handle that. Well, you can. Okay. Yeah, that's great. And we know some internal medicine physicians as well. And we know they're always busy because a lot of folks have stomachs. So chances are you're going to stay busy. Josh, so good. You did so very well this morning. Thank you very much. We'll come back to you for some closing remarks. Now let's shift over to our other senior. Clinton, tell us who you are, because I mentioned your first name, but tell us all that you can about us, and give a shout out to Mom if she's listening, I hope so, and your brothers and sisters, who we'd love to have enroll at our school in the fall. So give a hoot and a holler there, partner.
Hello, my name is Clinton Cox. I've been going to international for 4 years. I started in 9th grade. I'm a senior. My mom and brothers and sisters have been there for me, stuck through, and just always supported me. I think of international as not a school, but a family.
Hey, I like that.
A home away from
Oh
home.
my gosh.
They've, always been there for me. When I got there, I felt part of a bigger family.
That's so good to hear.
Josh has been there for 13 years. I've only been there for 4, but I feel like I've been there for 13 years.
Oh,
It's-
I don't know if that's
Long
very
that's good. Skip it, board member. That's real good. Dan Smith's always alert.
yeah.
Now, Quentin, I know you're, and thank you for those remarks. You're going to be graduating soon, and tell us, I know where you're headed, but the audience would like to know. Why don't you hit on that for a minute?
Back in November, I joined the Marines. So I will have my summer, and then after around the time when school starts, September 4th, I'll be leaving to go to San Diego, California, and start my recruit training for 13 weeks, and then I'll be doing my job afterwards.
Okay. And then after service, where are you inclined to go, sir? In terms of a career, of course. Yeah.
I might just make a career out of
Oh,
the
my.
Marines.
Okay. That's an important decision. You're a
Yeah.
lifer, almost. Yeah. Wow, that's great. And in advance, thank you for your service to America. We appreciate that. Paul, were you able to serve, or did you?
I served, but it was eggs and
I see.
toast. That does count, right?
Oh, yeah, okay. Okay, we're scrambling now. Sorry about that. Okay. And Brother Smith, Dan Smith, you served in the United States Air Force, if I'm not mistaken.
That's correct.
And of course, you can see how proud we are of this young man going to the Marines. And of course, we trust you'll not see live action, but we never know what direction the world's headed. But let me give you a congratulatory handshake for that decision. Okay, that's great. Okay, Quentin, now you will begin in September, but you also had to have a letter of acceptance from a college, didn't you, to graduate?
Yes, I did.
Okay, good, because that's part of our criteria, folks. No matter if you're no matter where you're going, immediately into armed services, as this young man is. And by the way, he's a big guy too. You're 6'1"-ish?
Yes.
Okay, 6'1", about 193 and a half pounds, right?
Somewhere around.
Oh,
there.
somewhere. I'm always right. But Quentin, you're going to be a great Marine.
Thank
And
you.
I know that your family is very proud of you, okay?
Yes.
And I know your brothers and sisters a little bit. And we have a little fun with them on Saturday sometimes.
Yes.
So we're real pleased, and we appreciate your family supporting our school the way you have. We're a challenging curriculum, everybody. We're challenging, and both these young men have done well in through our program. And Josh has, he'll be fighting for you. So you two guys, I hope you two maintain your friendship during that time via, of course, the email thing. Now we're going to shift gears a little bit. We're going over to one of the people that prepares these dudes for this big day. And Mr. Buford, good morning to you, partner.
Good morning.
I have not forgotten about you. You're the foundation of the school here related to instruction. Tell folks who you are, what you've done, and what grade you teach and all that. Please, Mr. Buford.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? My name is Milton Buford. I teach 3rd grade math and social studies at the International Academy of Flint. I'm a first-year teacher, just graduated from Central Michigan University. And I have to say, I feel very honored and privileged to work at the International due to the fact that it's a very efficient school. Unlike most schools, when you come in as a new teacher, you really have to juggle the curriculum, classroom management, and whatnot. But here at the International Academy, a lot of principles are already put into place, so it kind of helps you be more efficient with moving through the year. And I have to say that the staff, as Quentin said, is very helpful. So it is a real family environment.
That's great. Wow, wonderful. Mr. Buford, CMU is where you came from, I think, and of course they are our authorizer. I didn't realize until yesterday that you were from Central Michigan. I happened to learn that by accident. Now, I know you played some ball in there. Tell a little bit about the Buford Challenge here. Tell us about who you are academically as well as athletically, sir.
Well, honestly, myself, I wanted to be the voice of the young people. Growing up in school myself, I wasn't really a student athlete, if you will. I kind of played around and whatnot. And I thought about that as I was going through college when I really decided to be a teacher, that what was it that didn't make me as interested? So I wanted to kind of be, model what I believed in and be kind of an energetic teacher. And kind of do the things that maybe I thought teachers I grew up having could have done better.
So you're actually teaching from experience that you didn't have in school because maybe your instructor at that time might have been a little blasé or non-inspiring to you.
Exactly.
You've remembered that, and now you're trying to compensate by really being very energetic with our kids.
Exactly.
That's wonderful. That is wonderful, sir. Okay. Mr. Buford, your summer plans? You're not teaching summer school for us this year, are you, sir?
No, I am not, but yeah, I'm always open. Just more practice.
Okay, very good. And I know you, ladies and gentlemen, you can't see him, but this is 6'4", 3rd grade teacher. Now, tell me he doesn't have classroom management. Go ahead, tell me that. Okay, that's great. Mr. Buford, are you going on to further education here?
Yes, eventually I want to, go to master's school, go into administration.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Just to see from the bird's eye view. I've been working with kids since I was 13 years old. So
what were you doing then, sir?
Kids, camps, police cadets.
Oh, you worked in camps.
Boys and girls clubs, YMCAs.
Okay. Oh, very good. Yeah. Okay.
So,
well, we know you
kids keep you youthful.
Well, we know certainly that your kids greatly respect you, and I say that not because you're 6'4", but because the relationship you've developed with them. It goes beyond that. It's the heart that you convey to them, and your desire to make them really work hard for you, and of course for themselves ultimately. So that's what we're pleased to learn about, and we thank you. And we've got some other guests we have to get in, so maybe at this time we could do a little shift-a-roo here. Marquise, if you could come on in right now with Keon, that would be great. We'll talk a little bit about that. Josh, you did good. We appreciate you. And Clinton, thank you very kindly. And I know if your mom's listening, she's going to be very proud of you. And I got a vacant chair here. Well, Dan, you're going to stand up there. Well, I'll tell you, before we get into the two young men that are with me now, why don't you pop a little bit, sir, on the, you want him sitting? Yeah, he'd like you sitting, Dan, if you don't mind. Touch a little bit about this great holiday and touch a little bit about that, sir, if you don't mind.
Real quick, a lot of people don't know the history of Memorial Day, formerly known as Decoration Day.
Yep, I remember that term.
There's some debate as to when it actually started. The first recognized one that most people can come up with actually was in 1865, right at the end of the Civil War, when freedmen or freed slaves in Charleston, South Carolina, knew of about 257 Union soldiers who had been killed down there and had been buried in some mass unknown graves at the Charleston Raceway. And they gathered a total of 10,000 people, and they held what some believe to have been the first Decoration Day. Others believe it did not start until 1868, when the national commander of the Grand Army of the Republic placed a general order saying that May 30th, 1868 would be the first known one. So there's some debate as to when it was. But the thing to remember is that it was in I want to make sure I read my notes right. It was the National Holiday Act of 1971 when Congress actually made Memorial Day a 3-day weekend. But a little more history for you. The state of Michigan was the first state to recognize Decoration Day in 1871 as an official state holiday. And by
Of all our states, we were number one?
We were the first ones.
I did not know that
and
at
by
all, sir.
1890, all of the northern states were observing the holiday. Today, there are still some states in the South who do not officially recognize Memorial Day as an official holiday.
Is that right?
And they
Can
have
you name a couple?
South Carolina is one of them.
Okay.
But what they have done is they have maintained a date earlier in the month that they honor their Confederates' dead.
Okay.
But Memorial Day is actually a day to remember all of those who have given their lives in defending this country. And I'll just close with this, and this is from 1915. Mona Michael
I knew her well.
Was inspired by,
No one
by a
laughs.
poem in
I
Flanders
laughed.
Field.
I laughed.
Yeah, so did I. Field in Flanders Fields. It's a very beautiful poem. Too long for here, but Mona came up with the following poem that she did, and it says, "We cherish too the poppy red that grows on fields where valor led. It seems to signal to the skies that blood of heroes never dies."
Wow.
And what I'd like all of you to do this weekend is remember that even though it's a 3-day weekend where most of us go and say, I got a day off, that's not what Memorial Day is all about. Memorial Day is remembering those who have given their all in defense of our country. And I actually have to go on record, and this is my thought, not those of the International Academy of Flint, those of Art Wensloff of WFLT. I believe we need to do like Senator Inouye tried to do back in 1999, of returning Memorial Day to its original day of May 30th, so that we can remember the true spirit and meaning of the holiday, because that's what it is. Forget about the start of the spring, forget about your barbecue, remember our veterans who have given their all.
Janice, those are great words. I don't know if that will, yes, absolutely. I think there's many listeners right now that have family members that, of course, have served or are serving. And, of course, Godspeed to those that are in service, that they will return to us safely. And for those of us that have lost veterans, servicemen to war and to whatever else, again, this is a day clearly to remember that occasion. Dan, thank you for that somber words. We appreciate them very much.
Just
Okay.
one more thing. If you don't have anything to do tomorrow, that's Sunday the 27th of May at 1 p.m. It starts at 1 p.m. at the National Cemetery in Holly. They are having a Memorial Day remembrance service, and it's a great thing to go to. If you can go out, I know everybody would probably be very impressed with not only the cemetery, but with
That's
the
a
service.
beautiful cemetery, and of course that's exit 108 off of the 75
Off
freeway, which is
75.
where Genesis Regional Medical Center. Take that exit and just stay on Holly Road. It'll be marked after they get on Holly Road.
It's about 3.5, 4 miles south of Baldwin
South,
Road,
okay.
and there's a blinker light. It's the first blinker light after you go past Baldwin Road. You make a left-hand turn, and you're there.
Yeah, it would be great for kids to see this, because most folks, I bet, in Flint simply do not know that cemetery is there.
That's correct.
It's just, and there'll be flags galore out there, I know, in each of the grave sites. Dan, thank you again. We appreciate
And now
your
there are
involvement.
great students.
Absolutely. This is great. Thank you very kindly, board member. We got a vacant chair. Anybody want to sit here? Like Mary Sanders? Here she comes. Watch out now. Mary Sanders, you got a couple of dudes over here. Now, one you know pretty well. And
The other I know very well.
yeah, okay. Lately you do. You're kind of being an absentee mother to him a little bit. Marquise, grade 7, tell us what's going on. And where were you last night, young man? You were out past midnight. Why was that?
Because I was at the lock-in.
You got locked up?
No, at the lock-in.
Oh, you got locked in. Oh, big difference there. Hey, Jess? And tell us about that lock-in, partner.
Well, we had basketball, some volleyball, computer, movies, and games.
Where'd all that happen?
At school.
International Academy. We had that last night?
Yep.
Oh, is that why I saw you running around mother chasing girls last night? Is that what I saw?
No.
No, okay. Well, we had a great time. I think we had about 80 kids in the gym, all over. They were all over the place. And we had video games and the whole host of things. They were in there from 6 till 12. And just a great time to get kids together. And it was all middle school, 6, 7, and 8, so it was stone quiet all night long. Yeah, right. Noise galore. Well, very good. That was the fun part. Now, how you doing academically, buddy?
I'm getting them up there.
Okay, because I know you had a challenge. You had a little bit of a health challenge, which we won't discuss here. That's private information, but I know you had to take some time off from school. Have you completed the second term? Because we had to put you on incompletes. Have you done all the finals for term 2 yet?
Well, I just talked to Miss Vincent, and she said that I still had some left.
And who's Miss Vincent, so folks know? Principal of grades
4th through
8.
Well, yeah, 8.
4 through 8, because we have 3 principals, folks. K3, 1 principal, or AQC, Academic Quality Controller. That's our term for principal. Another one for the grades that Marquise just mentioned, grades 4 to 8. And finally, our high school principal, Mrs. Cutlark, who's going to see these 2 big rascals that were just sitting over here graduate on June the 9th at 2 p.m. And, of course, the whole world's invited to our graduation. Marquise, you've had a very challenging term here, because you've had to not only do work for last term, but now work on this term as too, and we're going to wish you much, much success. What are your summer plans? You got some?
Work, if not summer school.
Yeah, what'd you do by work? What do you got? How old are you? 7th grade. You're 25,
13.
26? Oh, just 13. Oh, okay. So what did you do last summer? Please tell us, because I happen to know.
Brickwork.
Brickwork. You're a mason. You may not know what that means. We helped put it. Tell them where were we working on bricks, dude?
South Saginaw Street.
What'd we do?
Build flower beds.
Did we? Brick ones?
Yeah.
Okay. And what's in those flower beds now?
Dirt and flowers.
Dirt. I gotta have some dirt. We got 5 minutes. Okay, Keon, welcome to the Sanders family. I'm glad you're with us today. You've been staying a few nights over there with the Sanders family. I'm glad you're here. Let me shake your hand. Thanks for being here today. Keon, tell us your grade. Say hi to mom and dad or whomever, and tell us all about Keon Walker.
My name is Keon Walker, and I like basketball, and I go to International Academy of Flint.
Okay. Your favorite subjects?
My favorite subjects is math and science.
Okay, subjects are, not subjects is.
You didn't
okay?
say English.
Okay. No. Paul Herring, you're entirely too bright. Your teacher is who, sir?
Miss Cox.
Well, then, Miss Sanders. He's in the same classroom with Little Buckethead.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, Miss Sanders, how are we doing here with the kids? How they coming?
They're coming along. They have a lot in common, and they come over my house and they teamwork on homework, which
Okay.
really is challenging.
No,
for
teamwork.
myself.
Is that what I heard?
Teamwork.
Explain what that means, Mom.
They go through their Spanish and they help each other out on flashcards
And you
They
kind
help
of
each other.
coordinate that then, right?
no, I stay out of it.
Okay. That's why they're learning. Sorry, Miss Sanders. I'm just a goofy guy. But that is so good that you encourage that. I'm real pleased to hear that. That's just wonderful. Way to go. Mr. Walker, you are intending to go to grade 5?
Yes.
Can you handle that next year? More responsibility?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Now, we talked with Marquise, by the way, we didn't talk about your career intentions. I know you're in grade 7, but tell us what you think you might be thinking about, and then Mr. Walker, we're going to ask you as well, okay?
I was thinking about being a U.S. Marshal.
Wow, that's heavy duty, so that's law enforcement.
Yep.
Okay, now where will you go for that kind of training?
I don't know yet.
Probably the U.S., right? Okay. It gets worse, audience, it gets worse. Hang in there with me. Now, Mr. Walker, what are your intentions? I have never talked about that with you at all. Where are you headed, you think?
I would go to my college.
Okay, to pursue what kind of a career?
An MBA,
Okay, what does that stand for? Do you know? MBA?
National Basketball
Oh,
Association.
that's NBA, not MBA. Okay. All right. Now let's suppose you sprain an ankle somewhere along the line and you can't become a real great basketball player. What might you think of doing if not basketball, buddy?
If that doesn't work out, I will be an artist.
An artist.
Yes.
You have some artistic skill already then.
Yes.
I have not seen your work. I'd love to do that. All right, we've got about a minute to go, folks. You got any work with you when you get out in the car? You wouldn't have that. Make sure I see it next week. Would you do that for me?
Yes.
Okay, all right. All right, everybody, we're closing down. We want to say thank you to our good third grade teacher, Mr. Buford. Thanks, Buf. We appreciate you. Joshua Stafford, you did great today. Much success. I'll see you at graduation day. Are you all done with finals?
Yep.
Close.
I am.
He's yepping me. He's yepping me, audience. And Quentin, if he's done, then you must be done too. Okay, we'll see you on June the 9th. Okay, and of course, Miss Stafford, thank you for bringing them here. Mary, thanks for getting the kids here. We appreciate that very, very kindly. Okay, everybody. Board Member Smith, thank you for being here as well. We're zeroing out right now. Folks, wherever you are, if you're walking a dog or working a blog, if you're messing with mosquitoes in Muskegon, look at somebody and say, woo! That is some kind of school. Bye, everybody. Happy Memorial Day.
Cheerleader all day.